Good morning! Good morning, beautiful people. It is a Saturday and I have to get my hair together today. So I thought, let me show y'all what I have to do to get all this to not look like this. It's a dry mess right now. I've been having difficulties figuring out what a good detangler is because I normally use apple cider vinegar and it works like magic. But I've got this color in my hair and I didn't want it to fade, so I thought putting direct apple cider vinegar on it would be really a bad thing. I saw this video from, I think her name is Nappy Headed Jojoba Oil or just Jojoba. I don't know, but she tried this homemade DIY detangler because mind you, I've tried tons of conditioners lately and they're just not working. And I've kind of been getting a lot of hair loss, which is normal for after weight loss surgery, but at the same time, I'm just kind of like, is this normal? Because that seems like a lot. So this recipe she had, it does have apple cider vinegar in it. However, it's like 1 ounce versus everything else is 3 ounces. So I'm hoping that it kind of like is pretty diluted and won't fade my color too much. But at this point, I'm just willing to try it because I lost so much hair last week when I washed and I just don't want to repeat of that. So this is what it looks like. Let's see. So in here is 3 ounces of coconut oil, 3 ounces of whatever conditioner you want to use, one with a lot of slip, 1 ounce of coconut milk, and 1 ounce of apple cider vinegar. She also put some essential oils in, but she said it's mainly just for the smell. And I didn't have any that I wanted to put in there, so yeah. But yeah, so we're going to try this, and I'm going to show y'all what is going on under here because it is a hot ass mess. Prepare yourself. Look at this mess, y'all. I mean, it doesn't feel very dry. I think it just I think the color helps make it look a little dry. So here's what I'm going to do. I normally section my hair off, but I only do 4 sections because even though this looks like it's a lot of hair, ooh, girl. Just trying to break that through. I don't pressure it. Like, if it don't want to break, I just find another spot. I'm not trying to, like, rake through it, you know? I just kind of split it up. But I was saying, this looks like a lot of hair, but I really have fine hair. I mean, it's very fine. So that's kind of one of the reasons why I wanted to go natural, because I always wanted more body in my hair, but I just couldn't seem to get it with when it was flat ironed for some reason, because it's so fine. So hopefully y'all can see all this. Y'all know I'm still getting used to this camera stuff because I don't know what I be doing. I've been going back editing stuff and I'm like, what are you doing? But, you know, it's part of the process. I've got to learn somehow. And hopefully y'all are patient enough to learn with me. All right. So I'm sectioned off kind of in 4 sections. Anyway, so I wet my hair just to get a little damp. And already that kind of helps loosen up where I could finger comb it. And I know everybody says to do that. I'm old school, y'all. Like, I need to feel the comb go through so I know that each section is detangled. So I mixed up my concoction. You can smell the vinegar in it. I mean, please let's just pray that it don't make me turn blonde. Ooh, it's kind of messy. Only because I'm wondering how. She looked like she just took, oh. Y'all didn't see that big piece of hair that just fell out. Mind you, okay, so let me clarify, because a lot of people ask me this, especially if you don't have natural hair. I don't comb my hair every day. I typically comb it at wash day, and I either 2-strand twist it or do a wash and go. And then, ooh, this is really nice though. I mean, this is a whole lot better than what was going on the other day, I tell you that. So I either 2-strand twist it or I do a wash and go. And I get it pretty much in the style that I'm going to wear it for the next week. With the exception of like day 4 and 5, well actually day 6 and 7, I'll put it up to either the side twist, a side puff or an actual puff on top of my head, and then I'll just use a brush with some gel. But I don't ever comb through the bulk of my hair and throughout the week. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm distracted because she know what she doing. I bet you it's that vinegar. Because I don't know why more people do not use apple cider vinegar for their hair. It works so good. And the reason, actually, what started me using it was not for my actual hair. It was for my scalp because I have really dry scalp. Ooh. Okay. I'm feeling that. I need to put more up here at the root. So back to what I was saying. I don't comb it out every day. So when I have a lot of loss, you have to think, like you lose 100 strands of hair a day, and mine is going 7 to 10 days without being washed. So that I expect some hair loss, mostly shedding, not loss. Can y'all see? I barely went through it with the comb, like just had to get through my ends, and it's just like slipping through. Okay, nappy-headed jojoba. I see what you done. Girl, let's see. We'll do the big chunk. Okay. Now see, look. Can you see that? That's not a lot of hair loss. I'm just kind of gooping it in my hands like I would conditioner. Just leaning over the bowl and slathering it on. The thing about making homemade products, though, too, which I love, is that I don't know why when I feel like when it's homemade, I feel like I can just be heavy-handed with the product, you know, because it was stuff I already bought. It wasn't like very expensive. I mean, I had all these ingredients in my cupboard, including my apple cider vinegar was in the refrigerator, but I mean, everything I had I already bought. So I'm just slathering it on. Now, this is going to be the section we see if it works or not, because up front is where I put all that gel. And so it gets really deep in these waters. I want to move quick because I don't want this vinegar just sitting on my hair. So I do kind of finger detangle just to break through some of the knots and to kind of work them out. So I'm shedding quite a bit, but I mean, I don't want to say quite a bit. This is how much from this section that I've just pulled out with my fingers. My comb, it barely has any on it. Can you see? Let me see here. One thing you need to know is I was talking to some of my friends at work because they're, you know, they're white. They don't have this problem with their hair because they asked me to do something. And I said, oh, no, Saturday's hair day. And they're like, you need the whole day? I said, it depends on what I'm doing. If I'm deep conditioning, yes, I need the, oh my gosh. Y'all, okay, you might not be able to tell because my ends do get kind of tangled. But the way it's just kind of gliding through, this don't even look like it's gliding though, but right? But compared to what it was doing last weekend, this is night and day difference. Just comb very gently. So far, I'm saying that I do like how it's working. I feel like it's doing a lot better for me than what I had been working with. I can say that I still am losing a bunch of hair, but like I said, part of that's because of the weight loss surgery, I believe. That's just a natural part of it. And then other parts are maybe because of my technique, because I'm not the best at it. So this is the first half of my head. And it's pretty detangled. I like how it is. And it only took me about 10 minutes to do that first half. But here's the sad part for me. I feel like this is a lot of hair. I don't know if you can really see. But yeah, to me this is, that's a lot of hair. So I'm going to keep that there and go through this side, let y'all see. But I'm going to probably fast forward this so you don't have to spend the next 10 minutes watching me doing all this. Okay? So stay tuned. Than the other side, which is pretty normal. Like this side's I wouldn't say my better side of the hair, because I always wear my part to the other side because this side is so fine. So this is the last little section, and oops, I'm flinging this stuff all over the place. It's combing through pretty smoothly, more smooth than the other sides. Like I said, it's got a different texture a little bit. I'm sorry, y'all, if I'm making weird faces, but you know how when you concentrate and you're into something, your face be looking hella dumb. Just be looking dumb. And I'm trying to like make sure I'm in this camera frame, and it's a lot. But I don't know if you hear those plops. But those plops are some of the product falling onto the ground. Because I did overdo it. I'm just saturating it as much as possible. Whenever they say a dab will do ya, or give me a quarter size, put a dime size, I'm just like, I need more product than that. Even though I don't got all that much hair, I just, for some reason, equate more product to how it's gonna work, you know? So you see what it looks like. It's pretty detangled. I mean, it's pretty good. I have some strands I need to pull off from the bottom. So let me show you how much hair I lost. Oh God, I really think this is more surgery related than, you know, product and hair, because this is just not normal for me. Like, this is a lot of hair. That's a lot of hair. And I don't normally lose hair like that. They say you start to lose your hair with the surgery a little bit after 2 to 3 months is kind of when most people are saying they start to see it, and I'm right at that 2.5 mark thing. So anyway, but nappy headed jojoba, I say I would use this again. I'm gonna hurry up and wash this out just because there is vinegar in here and I don't want it to mess my color up so bad. So I'm gonna wash it out and I'll come back and let you know how it does after I wash. So just got out of the shower. As you can see, my hair is still, well, yeah, you can still see it's pretty wet. I don't really dry it out because I like to try to style it with as much moisture in it as possible. I don't towel dry it. I just kind of squeeze it, and that's when I put my product in when it's still really wet. So I'm going to show you how I style my hair. So I use this Mael leave-in conditioner, and I go heavy on it because I put oil on my hair throughout the week, and maybe sometimes I mix a little bit of this, in with the oil and put it on my hair after I got a shower because it's nice and moist. But I don't really put a whole lot more product besides oil on my hair throughout the week. I normally would flip my hair over and do this, but because I have the camera and I don't know how to, I don't think you guys can really see it when I do it like that. But it helps me make sure all the product gets through my hair. This is for my wash and go. Normally I would twist out, but I don't want to twist out because I have somewhere to go tomorrow and I want my hair to be kind of big. I'm going to see my man and I don't like day one twist out hair. And then just make sure you get your ends really good. So I still do kind of the lock method where I just do my liquid first, oil, and then cream. See, I'm still this is just part of weight loss. I guess it's because your body's adjusting. You got a lot of hormones surging. It's kind of the same thing that happens after you have a baby. So I use just regular old olive oil on my hair, and then I'll go back through and put some castor oil on my scalp. Last week I tried to pre-poo with not pre-poo. I left it overnight on my hair with some coconut oil and tea tree oil because my scalp has been so dry. It's hard to tell if that's because of the surgery or is that because of the weather, or is it because of my hair recently being colored. Like, I don't always know what is what. But that tea tree oil, I've never had a good experience with it. People say it works wonders, but it like totally broke my scalp out even more. My behind the ears are broken out where the oil kind of leaked through. It's just too harsh for me. So I don't ever get the benefits of the tea tree oil. So this is just some Cantu coconut curling cream. I normally use this when I'm doing my twist out. And while that's still on there and pretty like wet, my Eco Styler gel, a big little glop of it, rub it in my hands, and then I go through scrunching. It's really saturated, but that's how I want it. I want it super saturated so that I can keep it moist as long as I can. So now that I flip over, I just keep scrunching. Now I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you can see how it looks kind of white because of the product in my hair. That goes away. It don't last. Once it dries, it goes back to my regular color. One thing I can say is looking at this, it doesn't look like my color was affected at all, which is nice. So what I'll do after this, when it dries, because I like to go in and kind of loosen it up because the gel makes it a little crunchy. When it dries, I go back in with my bottle of olive oil and almond oil and coconut oil, and I put this through my scalp, and I just kind of like rub it in my scalp, and it kind of helps break up the curl a little bit, soften it up. But I'm hoping you can see my curl pattern pretty well. I typically let it dry in the style that I want to wear it. So I always do a kind of a deep side part. And just go back to scrunching. I scrunch for quite a while, especially in this front part. Okay. So I might come back and, I do come back. I come back and scrunch like every 20 minutes or so as it's drying. Just because I want to get as much definition as I can. Now right now I feel like it just kind of looks moppy because it's drying. But once it's dry, I'll come back and show you kind of how I style it. Okay, so here we are. I don't know if you can see the back. Hopefully you can. But I'll be back. Good morning, y'all. So this is the next morning. I let it dry, probably till it's probably like 80% dry, and then I put my wrap on because this kind of helps stretch it. Because I wear it like a Marge Simpson, have my hair all up here. So I'm gonna take this off now. Beware, you're about to see troll hair. So you see my hair, it's just kind of stuck on top of my head. And normally what I do is when I'm in the shower, like the last 3 or 4 minutes in there, I take the wrap off so that the steam can kind of help release some of my curls and just kind of relax the hair a little bit. But I didn't do that today because I wanted you guys to see exactly what it would look like. So this is the hair. I'll just kind of shake it out a little bit. And then just kind of do this. But then what I do is I take my oil mixture. Let me make sure this is the right one. Okay. So in this bottle, there's some Jamaica black castor oil, some almond oil, and some olive oil. Shake it up real good. And then I just go through and put it on my scalp. Because for one, I do have really dry scalp. Always have. I get these patches where my doctor, I went to see a dermatologist about it for a while, and she said that I have eczema on the, which is no surprise because I've always struggled with eczema all over my body. But anyway, so I just kind of put this sporadically over my head, and then I take a little bit of my olive oil, put a little bit in my hands, because I'm about to go in, rub that oil in, and I just want my hands to touch my hair so it gives it a little shine with that olive oil on my hands. Sorry, I keep looking in front of me instead of at y'all because that's where the camera goes. I mean, my mirror is. So you can see it's kind of loosening up a little bit. And throughout the day, it does loosen more and more. And then throughout the next few days, you'll see it just get bigger and bigger, which I love when it's really big. Okay, so then when I kind of have it stretched a little bit, I decide how I'm going to wear it. And normally that it kind of tells me how I'm going to wear it. Some days it's like without a shadow of a doubt, it is a puff, side puff or full puff day. That's normally, I'd say day 4 and 5. That's kind of when that starts. My wash and go will normally last me, I can wear it out probably a good 3 days. And then after that, I kind of have to do more with it. I wear it out like this, kind of wild and crazy, and then I pin a little bit of it back. So I find where my part is going to be. I think I'm going to do a deep part. Ooh. Thick in these waters. There's some giant shrimp in these waters, y'all. Get your hand bit off. Part is established. One thing I love about my texture hair is that it just kind of stays where you put it for the most part when it's in its natural state. Now, when I have it flat ironed or when I used to perm it, girl, no. This hair was all over the place. Okay, so I'm going to take my Eco Styler gel and my handy dandy toothbrush. This is not the toothbrush I use in my mouth. For some of y'all who don't have this type of hair, y'all be like, what is she doing with that toothbrush? You know who you are. Take me a little bit of gel, put that on my brush, and then I just go in and kind of brush these edges down and kind of sleek this in. Just kind of gives it a more polished look. Can you see what's happening there? So I'm going to put a little bit more on there and go kind of goop it because it's going to last all day. And even though it looks like I have a lot of hair, y'all, my hair is really fine. And it will fly away in a second. It'll kind of fuzz up. So I just kind of makeshift a little piece like that. I kind of twist it around a little bit. Take me a bobby pin. And I'll just bobby pin that in there. And the point is not for it to be like really flat down. It's just to kind of give it a little dimension. So if you can see, I just kind of got that in there. Sometimes I'll, if like this part of the hair is just kind of flopping over there, I might bobby pin some pieces so it stays where it's supposed to be. But I mean, I don't want it to look too uniform. I kind of like the wild and crazy look. It just feels I don't know. It gives me some edge. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I do my wash day. And it's like really a wash day in the morning because I wash it like around in the afternoon and then deep condition, and then I have to let it air dry because I don't have a heater, hair, one of those sit under the hair dryer things anymore. But anyway, this works. So that concludes my wash day, y'all. I hope that you got something from it. But really why I did it, because I wanted y'all to see, especially for y'all who do this and know how this natural hair game is, what am I doing wrong? What can I do for my scalp, for one, because I'm just tired of it being so itchy and dry, and I get these patches that are just like almost scabby. So what can I do for my scalp? What can I do to avoid some more hair loss? And what can I do to just improve my wash day overall? Like, am I missing a product? Should I not be using a product? What do you think? Please leave it in the comments. Thanks for watching. I'll be back tomorrow with a regularly scheduled program, and I'll see you later. Bye, guys.